Hi, friends. It is Chris, and I am here to offer you another Yoga Shorts. So today I am going to let us dive into the waters of Kundalini. If you know me, you know I love Kundalini Yoga. It is a practice of breath, of movement, and of awareness. And I often offer Kundalini sadhanas. And so what does a sadhana mean? A sadhana simply means devotion to self. And so these practices are opportunities for us to tune into that inner sanctum, to our truth, to what our body is needing and asking for, what our energetic body is needing and asking for, what our thoughts are telling us. And it just gives us an opportunity to, often the way I offer it is to start the day on the right foot, a moment to pause, to tune in, and to focus before we move into the whirlwind of our days. So this yoga short today is going to be a mini-krya. It's going to be a short 15-minute or less practice of Kundalini movements, of postures that I offer to you as a way to build your own sadhana. So if you were looking for a way to start your day on the right foot, to give yourself a moment of focus, this practice, this yoga shorts practice, would be an amazing way to get started on that route. So let's begin, shall we? We will begin in a seated position. I'm going to scoot myself back a little bit and just find an easy seated pose. You can do this in a chair if that feels better to you than sitting on the floor. And just kind of take a moment and settle in. This is a practice of awareness, so we need to begin by being aware. Maybe our eyes close or our gaze softens. And we find our breath. Everything we do in Kundalini is led by the breath. The breath is the gateway. I say that very often. And we begin our morning practice, this mini-krya, with a movement of the head. So sitting nice and tall, as we inhale, we simply turn our head to the left. As we exhale, we turn our head to the right. Slow and steady, inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. Keep going with your own breath and only go so far as it feels comfortable. So if anything pinches or hurts, don't do it. Find another way to feel more comfortable. In Kundalini, we do most of our postures like this for 2 minutes at a time. That gives our body time to adjust, to become familiar and comfortable with the movements that we're doing. And at first, if we've not done Kundalini before, it feels a little weird, it feels awkward. Our monkey mind starts to play saying, oh, should we still be doing this? The answer is yes. Maybe the eyes close so we can sink deeper into the sensation of movement in our body. Maybe our gaze is soft and we can just notice what travels through our vision as we move our head. On your next inhale, we come to center, stacking the skull on top of the spine. Hold the breath in for a moment. Just sit in absolute stillness. And then exhale, release the breath. Take a moment and notice how you're feeling. What are you aware of? And then we move down to the shoulders. So we'll do single shoulder shrugs. As we inhale, we shrug one shoulder towards our ear. Exhale, press it down. So we don't let it just drop. We press the shoulder past neutral. And then we switch. Inhale the other shoulder up. Exhale, press it down. We just keep doing that. Inhaling, shrugging one shoulder. Exhale, press it down. And notice when the rest of the body gets involved. We often like to compensate with our head or the rest of our spine. See if we can keep everything steady. So this movement is in the shoulders. And notice what the body is telling you as we move through this. So again, if anything pinches or doesn't feel good, don't do it. Find another way. Maybe we don't shrug our shoulders as much. Maybe we move slower. Maybe we just think about it. My teacher always says, we do what we can do and we are happy with that. And I live by that message. If there's something that doesn't feel right in my body, I listen to that and I do it a different way, or I don't do it at all. Maybe we just do one shoulder. You are in charge of your practice. On the next inhale, we shrug both shoulders up to our ears. Hold the breath for just a moment. Squeeze the shoulders up. And with control, we slowly release and press the shoulders away. Take a moment and breathe right here. And then we'll move to our legs out in front of us. So if you're on a chair, just let the legs extend out in front of you. Hands come beside us, draw the belly up and in, and as we exhale, we hinge forward. So with this, I'm going to offer you two options. The first minute of this posture is a long spine, shoulders out of the ears. My gaze is between my legs near my ankles, and my chin is slightly tucked. It's really easy to kind of reach the chin forward. We want to keep that spine nice and long here. We just breathe, long, slow breath. In Kundalini, we call this the life nerve stretch. And I love that name because we're stretching the entire back side of our body, but we're also compressing the front side of our body. And so there's a whole bunch going on, and it gives us time to become aware of our breath, to become aware of what's really going on in our body. It's a great stretch to start your day. Good. And so we can stay here. This is that option that I was talking about. We can stay here with a long spine, or for the final minute of this, maybe we melt the upper body into our lap. So our arms get soft. My legs remain active. My head gets heavy. My shoulders drop. And we just breathe here. Long, slow breath still. And notice how as we soften the shoulders and the head, the stretch moves into different parts of our body. I like this combination of that activation and then the release. Make sure the jaw is unclenched. On the inhale, we roll slowly back up, shoulders out of the ears. Pause for a moment. Let the breath continue to move here. Feel the body. And our final posture to get us ready for our day is going to be standing And we'll move into goddess pose. So I'll walk us through this once, and then we'll flow into that 2 minutes of movement in this posture. So goddess pose is our heels and toes out, knees are slightly bent. And so with this, we just simply take our arms open. And as we inhale here, we exhale, turn one foot. So I'm going to go to my left first. This right hand comes to our heart, left hand reaches. So my gaze turns over. It's almost, we're moving into kind of a warrior two. They call this archer pose in Kundalini. And we inhale to goddess. Exhale the other way. So notice how my back leg straightens. So that's our movement, just like that. And we do this for 2 minutes. Inhaling at center. Exhaling to the side. Really reach into that side stretch. And our gaze does turn. Maybe our eyes are closed. Maybe they're soft. I always say if we close our eyes, we feel the earth move underneath our feet. So brace the wobbles there. Palms open at goddess. And again, maybe you find a different version. Maybe our legs stay straight. Maybe they stay bent and we just move our arms. So many options. You get to explore what works for your body. Most importantly, we follow the breath. Notice when we start to rush and speed up, see if we can invite spaciousness back into our movement, into our existence. On the next inhale, we come to center, pause, retain the breath, lift the pelvic floor, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, release, walk the feet together. Take a moment and feel the body, notice where you are. Feel free to set an intention or a sankalpa. You are ready to move about your day. Sadhana, my friends.